think there's the same discussion actually happening one level up between the CFO and the CRO. Are CROs actually thinking about the business as they should in this new profitable, efficient growth world versus the growth at all costs, right? Are they thinking about creating a valuable customer base, an asset that has dividends into the future? Because this is how the CFO is thinking about, and this is how the investor is thinking about, right? And that side of the business is extremely strong right now. And if you as a CRO still thinking in the old world, it might happen that you're going to be let go and no one is going to come in being replacing you. And maybe the CFO is taking some of those responsibilities. So this is a little bit controversial, but it really kind of goes to show that, while this debate hasn't been settled on the RevOps versus FP&A side, I think there's even a bigger chapter being torn open right now that almost is a CFO versus CRO conversation here.
What's interesting you bring up that point, Tony, because I think I was looking at some data out there that said last year an extraordinary amount of S&P 500 companies promoted their CFOs into the CEO role. I think it was like over 30% compared to 8% in past years. So I mean, I think that's probably a reflection broadly of where we are in the macro business cycle and also what the financial markets are demanding. So to your point, it depends a lot on that C-suite, their skills, and also what the business objectives are and that stage of growth that the business is in.
Absolutely. One other thing you run into that's a risk, and I've heard people say this, often in early stage companies, you often have someone with the title of CRO, but their background sometimes can be just nothing but sales. So they're not really owning the full go-to-market, which creates a challenge because then CFO kind of steps in sometimes to fill that vacuum. They may not be involved as marketing and customer service. I've had many people comment about that, where sometimes you bring in just a salesperson, give them that title of CRO, and they may not really be looking at that full go-to-market. So it's something to be careful of. If you really want it to be owned by the CRO, do you have someone with that robust skill set that's not going to create a vacuum that a CFO or others step in to try to fill?